Hello and welcome to this edition of Energy Independence Magazine. I'm your host, Tracy Lagera. Today we are joined by Bob Hayes, President and CEO of RIS Electric and a member of the Southern Sierra chapter of the National Electrical Contractors Association. RIS annual sales exceed nearly $14 million and they employ more than 50 highly skilled and professionally trained IBEW electrical workers. RIS, located in the city of Riverside, provides a wide range of electrical contracting services from standard electrical installations to advanced solar power systems. Today, we will be discussing current issues facing the industry and how the educational systems are changing their electrical power needs. Welcome, Bob.
Hey.
Bob, can you tell us a little bit more about RIS and some of your current projects?
We do mostly new school construction. We'll do additions or we'll do ground up. We'll do remodels. Most of our work has to do in the education industry.
In an energy conscious environment, are many of your clients trying to be more energy efficient, and if so, how?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the school districts are incorporating lighting controls, energy efficient lighting. On the lighting control side, they're using daylight harvesting. In the classrooms especially, they'll dim the fixtures that are closest to the windows so they can save energy that way. We're seeing some solar, but most of it right now is in the lighting.
What is daylight harvesting?
Daylight harvesting, they'll use sensors and dimming ballasts in conjunction, and what it does is it measures the light levels in the room, and as the more light comes in from the windows, the less light needs to come from the light fixtures. As you're farther away from the windows, you need more light from the fixtures, so they can adjust it that way.
What are some of the major issues facing your industry over the past 5 years?
For the last few years, our biggest problem has been funding. The state of California hasn't had a lot of funding for school projects, and with all the contractors that are here, there just hasn't been enough work for all the contractors. So it's been very difficult. The state still hasn't allocated any additional funds, but what's happened is the school districts have gone out and gone for what they call their local school bonds. Okay. And in Riverside and San Bernardino County, every district that went out for a local bond did pass it except one. So there are projects being designed right now, and we think within the next 12 months or so we'll see some more work at the streets.
Bob, can you explain to our audience some of your contracting methods?
What we're seeing, we still see some of the old school general contracting method where the general contractors will bid directly to the owners, and all of us subs will have to bid to the general contractors at bid time. One of the preferred methods that we see out there, preferred for us, is that the construction management / multi-prime is what they call it. And you'll have a management company that will oversee all of the contractors, all of the prime contractors, and us as a prime contractor, we will bid directly to the owner at bid time, and they will open up the bids right then. And if you're low, great. If you're not, you move on. There's no bid shopping. It's very up and up. We really prefer that.
Why do you think the schools are trying to go green or leaning more towards solar panels?
Well, it helps them with their budgets. They have their operating budget and their construction budgets are two completely different funds. And if they can take money from their construction and build solar, okay, then that saves them on their operating costs by now, replacing their utility costs with the solar.
How important is it to have well-trained electricians doing these electrical installation systems, and why?
Well, it's very important. For us, we're a union contractor as well as a NECA contractor, mm-hmm, and the safety factor is one of our most important things.
And Bob, can you explain how you see Title 24 changing in the state's push to go energy efficient?
Yeah, Title 24, it's constantly trying to reduce the amount of energy being used. So what the future changes that we've been told are going to come out is they're going to reduce the watts per square foot that are allowable, which means that you'll be allowed less wattage for an area, so you're using less energy. What that'll do is that'll change most of the fluorescent lighting that we see. They'll probably go to LED. LED is much more efficient lighting. It's a little costly right now, but I think that's definitely coming in the future.
Okay. And you said that since funding is going to be an issue, what are some things that schools can do to modernize themselves?
What they try to do is they try to do anything that's energy efficient, because the cost, what their long-term plan is a payback on that cost. If you're saving on your energy bill, that helps save, go against what the cost is. And most of the schools that are out there that are older, they need to be upgraded. They need to be upgraded with energy efficient lighting, solar if possible, new energy, more efficient HVAC units, things like that.
Okay, so now you're seeing a trend as far as instead of rebuilding, they're more just upgrading and modernizing.
Yeah, I think going forward, we'll still see some ground up schools, but I think the majority of what we're going to see is going to be modernizing and minor additions, but they're going to try and get everything up to the newest technology.
And then what are the future goals for your company?
We're going to try and expand our market and do as much of the green work that we think is going to come out. Energy efficient lighting we think is going to be really pushed, and we're going to try and get into do as much of that as possible.
Thank you for joining us today, Bob.
Thank you.
One of California's goals is to reduce the state carbon footprint by making our school and colleges more environmentally sound and preserving our natural resources. Going grid neutral isn't a challenge, it's an opportunity. It is an opportunity to lock in electricity costs, providing financial predictability for schools, saving millions on their utility operational costs. And if structured properly, it can all be done with little or no capital costs. This allows educational systems to hire more teachers or purchase more textbooks or buy more computers. Any one of these expenditures contributes directly to the district's mission of educating our children. I'm Tracy Lagera, and I want to thank you for watching this edition of Energy Independence Magazine.